Good times, man. Good times.
Tell them who you are. If you're living in the movement, you wanna praise God. This is how we do it.
So, it's a really good deal right now at Home Depot. $149 for Father's Day. You get the drill, the impact, and 2 batteries and charger in a bag. So, let's pop the box open and see what all we got. Probably out. So, throw that stuff away. First, get a charger, 2 batteries. This is 2 amp hour. It's the small batteries. You can get the bigger ones, but get this out of the package. 2 batteries. The subcompact and the regular drill. So I really like that. I tried it out earlier. This has got the controllable speed, which I like, and then of course the torque setting, I can hold it still fairly easy, which is what I like. I like the torque setting on that. It works properly. Not as good as the DeWalt, but it does work. We'll try that out on the outlet. It's pretty small. It's got pretty bright light, so I like that. I really bought it because I wanted this. It's as small as my hand. It's really small, and you can control the speed a little bit. Variable speed trigger. We're definitely gonna give it a shot and see how it pans out with me. There's no settings. It's either forward, reverse, or off. That's it. There's no settings for it. So it does give me a battery indicator. But my DeWalt screwdriver, that's what this is called, a screwdriver. This is actually lighter than this, believe it or not. It's got the same style chuck as this does, where you got to engage, you got to pull it out. So I'm not really care about that, whatever, you got to pull it out to get that out, and then you got to pull it out to get it in. That's a little annoying, but yeah, I bought it. This is what, this thing is really super light. This one's top heavy. I think the DeWalt's a little bit lighter, but I use this all the time for almost everything, because if I turn it on to 1, I can hold the drill bit, and I can hold that almost with 2 fingers. So I like this because if I'm putting in outlet covers, I can set that on 1, and I'm not going to blow the outlet cover, break the outlet cover. So this has been my #1 drill for a long time now. So we'll see how it pans out compared to the Milwaukee. Of course, the Milwaukee is a chuck drive. What was that all about? Oh, battery's not in. It's got that high-pitched squeal, of course. But yeah, it's got a two finger, almost 2 fingers. And then that's all the way down too. So we'll have to try it out on an outlet cover to see if it breaks it. But anyways, I like being able to control it. This has got LEDs all the way around the face. It lights everything up where I'm going. This, it lights it up pretty good, This, they could do better on that light. It'd be nice if they put one on there like that, because that's really bright, especially when you work in dark places. But I bought it because the Vito bag that I'm using now, it came with a side pouch for a drill. This will not fit in it at all. It'd be sitting in there like that, and the battery be hanging out, and this will slide right down inside that Vito pouch. So that's kind of the reason why I got it. That way I can carry a drill with me all the time and not use my DeWalt screwdriver as much. I mean, that way I've always got it. I don't have to go back to the truck to get a drill. So I'm going to give it a shot this week and see how it pans out. So yeah, let me get the bag and I'll show you what I'm setting it up for. So I've been using this SPMC bag for a couple weeks now. I really do like it. It's just my basics in there. My little drill driver. Let me put this battery in there before I forget it. Drill driver. I use this for everything, man. What is this? 15-1. I love that screwdriver. Just a pair of cutters, a couple pairs of pliers, and then my needles. This is a wire stripper, aka needle nose for me. Oh my gosh. And then of course it's my flashlight. I love this thing, man. It's great. On the side, I don't really have a lot. It's just a tester, socket, thermostat screwdriver. Other side's just an extensions, nothing fancy. A little extra light, a flashlight in case I need my other flashlight dies. Anyways, whole point in this is this right here. I got this with the bag, and it will fit that, but most importantly, this will fit. I can get that freaking string out of the way. So like I said, when I got the bag, this pouch came with it, little drill pouch, and my DeWalt will not fit in there, but this one will. That'll fit perfectly right in there. I could put it in there sideways if I want. Actually, I like that because I took that strap out. That strap right there, I took it out, and that little notch right there, the belt loop will fit right on it. So if I wanted to carry it like this, I can. Of course, you know, you could also put it on your pocket, you know, so that'll work. But you can also just drop it right down in there like that, and this will work just fine. So let's see. Let's put it on this side. Just like so. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I can just drop it right down in there for one. I can also take that off and it would be smoother. Or drop it down there that way. Yeah, I can drop it in that way. And it works just fine, just like that. That clip is catching the outside, but it's brand new, so a little bit of wear time, it'll start wearing better. And then on this side, I could probably put my, I don't need this, so I can put this one. I like this one better. It's my DeWalt. I've had this one for years. The Klein is okay, but it feels cheap. This is aluminum shaft. You know, yeah, it's small, but I like this one. It's a little bit better. I like the tip is a little bit more beefier, you know. I've had this for a long time. I beat the crap out of it, so we'll just keep that one in stock. I can actually just drop these down inside of here too. It's open. Yeah, there's nothing but junk in there. There's some old screws in there. Let's get them out. Those fan top screws, what those are. Yeah, so my long Phillips, I can put that in there. I can put this in there, and that'll free up a little bit of space over here. I have two bits in here, long ones. I don't know why there's two of them in there. They're both the walls. This one here, it's just a pop in. This one here, this one, you have to unlock the bit. So I like that because if you get your screw, it'll pop the head right off. So we'll leave this one out of the bag. I don't know why it was in there, but we'll drop it in there. And that freed me up a little room to drop my inline tester on there. Non-contact tester, bro. I also have this one. This one also came with it, but I don't need it really. Well, actually, yeah, that actually works even better. Yeah, because I can drop that right. Well, look at that. Would you just look at it? Yeah, that'll work. I can hang my measuring tape off of there. That will work. Let's zip that shut first. So I think that'll work just fine. Yeah, I can put measuring tape on that. That'd be great. So yeah, like I said, the whole point was this. When I saw this advertised, I'm like, dude, that is so freaking tiny, man. You know, that squeak is not too loud. You know, I have the other one that has the hand guard on it, that has the magnets on it, the really super cool one, but I can't stand it because the motor whines so loud. This is the one. I really like this one. It's not too bad. You turn it, you get a little bit faster, and you got a real high pitched squeal to it. Turn it down first gear. Here, that's crazy loud, man. But I really do like this drill. I like how it's set up. You can put the long bits on there or a little bit, and it's just really cool tool. But on to the next thing. So we'll definitely give this a shot. You know, I've seen videos on how to driving. So the only thing I wanted to check is this, because this is a Milwaukee bit, right? And it's designed for Milwaukees. In the DeWalt, I don't know what's up with this, but in the DeWalt, if I want to use the Phillips, sometimes it won't grab. Sometimes it won't grab. Of course, it's going to grab every time now. But yeah, sometimes it, like right there, that won't grab. So you got to turn it one turn to get it to grab. So it's kind of weird. I don't know why it's like that, but anyway, so this one, it'll grab every time because it's a Milwaukee. So, you know, I can use this impact for putting on outlet covers if I want or not. Doesn't matter. Take it back out. All right, works pretty good, man. I like that. I like that a lot. Now, it just made my bag really big, and I don't care much for that idea, but, you know, it is what it is. Oh, yeah. I've yet to put anything up here. Oh my gosh, it's funny. And I've never zipped this. I would just flap it up. So I don't think I have anything in this. I've got like my multi-bit, another extension, a couple Allens in there. That's usually. I've just been working with this bag, trying to, you know, get a good feel for it. That's weird. Just trying to get a good feel for the bag, whether or not I want to use it. And so far, it seems to be working out pretty good. That's got a big pouch in the back, and it's got the metal hook, so that's cool. Cool. I like it a lot. It works out. So, and this is pretty lightweight. I like it. And it works. You can't put this on there and you jab yourself in the gut with that. It's got little pouches here. Let's see if I can get something on it. Got a couple little side pockets on it. You know, I can stick a bit down in there. It'd be all right. So yeah, I'll give this a shot. This right here, I don't need a big huge bag, man. You know what I mean? And the more you add to it, the fatter it gets. But it is what it is. We're going to give this a shot for a little while with these 2 pouches on there and see how it pans out. It's still not real heavy. It's a pretty lightweight bag. For what I do, this is perfect. 99% of the work I do right here. You know, we will give this a shot and see how it pans out. I still got my drain pliers over here in the corner. But yeah, we'll give this a shot and see how it works out. I'm really hoping that this drill works out because, yeah, I'm really hoping it works out. Because I've got so many of these Milwaukee drills that don't work. They're hanging up in my van and I never use them. I give most of them away. But the funny part about it is this right here is lighter in your hand than this. This feels heavy, you know, compared to this. But it really don't matter. I mean, we're only talking ounces, you know. This one here is a bit heavier, but not a big deal. I really love this drill. If it doesn't work out, I'll go back to hanging this right here. Because that's what I've been doing, just hanging that off my side. So if this doesn't pan out, we'll definitely hang her up, man. I mean, you can. I wouldn't, but you could. You know, so we'll give it a shot like this and see how it pans out. If I can get that freaking thing to open up. There we go. Cool. I'll explain the big change here on my bag real quick. So, what's coming is, back in the day, I used to work downtown Dayton in high rises, mid rises. They were like 7, 8 stories tall buildings. I took care of a whole bunch, did a whole bunch of remodeling and creative stuff down there. Well, this job I got is not panning out. The company, it's one of the most argumentative companies I've ever dealt with. It used to not be this. I used to work for this company years ago, and it was a good company, but has become a very hostile, and I mean hostile work environment. My manager and my leasing agent down at the South property, they are freaking awesome people, man. I love them both. But the other property I take care of, that has become so aggressive, and the manager is so aggressive, and she won't let me do my job. She wants to do my job for me. So therefore, I told my HR person that I no longer want to work at that property, period. I will not. And I actually gave them a resignation. I was quitting. Well, they came back and said, look, if you just stay at this property, would you stay? And I'm like, yeah, I'll stay. But I'd already found another job. Like I said, you never go at a job, your boss, your supervisor, and threaten them with anything unless you've already got your ducks in a row. You know what I'm saying? So I'm losing money on the hour going to work for this other company, but I only work 8 minutes, 10 minutes away from my house. So me coming home for lunch is much more easier. Also, I don't have to do any exterior work. It's in a high rise. So, and I have a chiller for air conditioning and heating. It's a chiller. And I'm so looking forward to it because I'm certified, but I've never actually worked on one. So that's going to be a major learning experience. Apparently they have a company that comes in and services it. Is all we have to do is basically maintain it. Do the, PMs on it, whatever. I don't know. We'll find out when I get started. But it's really a nice high rise. All the apartments, well, the majority of them have been remodeled. And part of my job is the quality check on the contractors to make sure they're doing the job right, and blue tape. So when they're done, they say they're done. I get to go around and blue tape and make sure it's done correctly. So, yeah, it's a little bit less pay, but the wear and tear on my van driving to properties and in and out, like where I'm at now. I go to an apartment, I drive my van there. If I need part, I gotta go to the shop and get it and come back. So I'm in and out of my van probably 100 times a day. And the wear and tear on my van is not worth the job, Yeah, I'm installing doors and replacing inside doors, and training the guys on how to work on the stuff. So yeah, the job is cool-ish. But like I said, the biggest problem with it is the company itself is against itself. And the scripture says that a house divided against itself cannot stand. That property has had 5 managers in the last 4 years. That's how bad it is. They're not even sticking around, man. They're leaving. The last manager, she was fired. I don't know why they would fire her. But I've got the property up to 92%. In a month and a half, they've gone from 85% to 92% occupied now, pre-leased. So my job is secure, but I'm just, when they're working on something like it, you're just putting money in their pocket. That's all you're doing, But It is what it is, man. I know it's funny switching jobs again, but you got to do what you got to do for your mental health. So if you're working at a complex or for a company that they're just constant inbiting, the managers are argumentative, and your supervisor's against you all the time, just look for another job, man. Maintenance jobs are 100 to 1. You know what I'm saying? They're a dime a dozen. You can find another. But if you're going to job hop looking for a better job, then you want to give a 2 week notice. You always want to give a notice because you may end up having to come back to that company, and it looks bad on your resume if you just drop a job and go. You know what I mean? Because if you put down as a reference, say I worked here, they call and they find out you didn't give a 2 week notice. That dog's walking through. If you didn't give a 2 week notice, I mean, that can come back and bite you a little bit. But I'm too far along in the game to give a crap right now. I'm just gonna bounce. I'm gonna bounce to my new job. And they know about my YouTube channel, so there won't be any videos on the property. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be making videos working on the garage. Now that I'm away from the other property. So yeah, we're gonna start working on the shop and do some cool stuff, man. I got some couple of really cool ideas about the fence, the gate. I'm gonna do big 6x6 pillars, and then one single gate. We're gonna build that. That's gonna be cool. So yeah, we still got to get in the garage. I was gonna work on it today, but my son come over and blah 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 blah. So I hope you enjoyed that video about the tool bag. I'll give you my honest opinion by the end of the week on whether or not it's worth the money. I think it is worth the money, period, even if it's just another drill you throw in the bag. You know what I mean? $149, you get 2 drills, 2 batteries, and a charger in a bag. That's a pretty good deal. And it's subcompact, so if you're looking for something to just hang around the house, I think it'd be an awesome tool to have. Like I said, what ends up happening is one of these drills ends up in the house full time. So the other thing is, with this new job, is because it's tower work, I'm going to have to come up with some kind of roll around. I have to give it a couple of days or so at the property to see what's going to work and what I need as far as tools go. So I'm eyeballing the Milwaukee cart. It's $500, but I can put all my stuff on it. But like I said, we have to depend on what all kind of work I'll be doing at the new job. If it's just a bunch of, go get the, if it's a bunch of little stuff, then I'll just use my bag. But if it ends up where I think I'm going to need a whole lot of specialty tools or whatever, I'll probably build a pack out stack, with the 4-wheel cart, where you can just roll it around, you can lock the wheels, and I don't know, we'll see how it works out. Yeah, we'll see how it works out. I don't want to use my 2-wheel dolly, I think that's what they call it, because I use that for moving water heaters and stuff, and you can put stacks on it, but it's 2 wheels. I'd rather just have something I can push, and I'm getting old, bro. Cool. So yeah, hopefully this works out, and I'll do a video by the end of the week with this new drill. I get a lot of AC calls I'm going to have to work on tomorrow. Maybe I'll take you along for that. We'll see. I got to train these guys on AC work because neither one of them are really certified. The one guy is, but he doesn't know. Whatever. On to the next thing.
Tell them who you are if you're living in the movement. You wanna praise God.